Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. I'm here with a dream. In this dream, I was walking around a grocery store and there are like strange people that keep following me. And I notice that they're following me, but it's like they're trying to play it off and it's just weird. Eventually, I leave and I go home. And once again, there are people following me. Anywho, in this dream, I'm staying at like a hotel and I go back to my house. I get to my hotel room and I am like putting my groceries away, and then there is a knock at the door. I go to the door and look, and there's this creepy looking old woman. And I'm sorry for saying it like that, like really legit, like the witch from Snow White, yo. And then like I hear, I ho, don't open up the door. It was so funny, yo. But it was like, I can't say, it was like the kind of person, like, you look out the door, you kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you jump a little bit. Like, whoa, where you come from? The scripture comes from Job 36:2. Suffer me a little, and I will shew thee that I have yet to speak on God's behalf. I will fetch my knowledge from afar and will ascribe righteousness to my maker. So here's the message. God said, even if somebody try to make you feel bad and make you feel as if you wrong for this and you wrong for that and you shouldn't have this and you could have just this and you could have did this and you could have did that, like for one reason or another, for whoever this is for, God said not to. And you may feel bad, but God said not to. But that's what, like, I don't know, like, maybe it'll be like somebody just pop it up. I don't know, somebody coming to somebody's house. But I just feel like this will be a situation like somebody trying to set somebody up. Like, that's all I can think of. And what I'm being reminded of is how it'll be like people coming out of nowhere, like they randomly pop up and people, you know what I'm saying, neighborhoods just knocking on random doors, like doing weird stuff in a world where we have like so much technology. And I do understand that bad things happen because I've been in some tough situations, you know what I'm saying, this year. But simultaneously, there are some things, I know that there are some people that are wicked and they try to act like they in trouble and they really not. And then, you know what I'm saying, I don't like that because when people really are in trouble because of the exact same wicked people, it looks as if they playing. And they not, they serious. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do it on purpose so that it will look like when people serious that they playing or they making it up. And you know, it'll be easier for them to say, I don't think they. But you know what I'm saying, in reality, people disappear every day. But baby, that's what God said. I will fetch my knowledge from afar and will ascribe righteousness to my maker. God said, don't be opening the door for just anybody. And regardless if that is a physical door, like opening your house door for anybody to come in, or it may not even be that. It could be somebody opening a door for somebody that intends evil for you to come in. So if this is somebody, you know, there is a woman that doesn't mean you any good. God said, don't even open the door for this woman to be entered back into your life or entered into your life. Don't open that door, regardless of who it is. God said, leave it closed. Because that's this somebody that don't mean you no good. And for somebody, I feel like it ain't even no specifics. Like this is somebody, they just want to do some kind of evil to you. It don't matter what it is, some kind of evil. And you know what I'm saying? This is like somebody you wouldn't suspect because it's like elderly lady. So this is like, this somebody you wouldn't even suspect is trying to mean you some kind of evil. This somebody you wouldn't even suspect would try to cause you any harm. This somebody like, and I feel like, I don't know if this is someone you know or not, but the fact that the door, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it could be and it couldn't be. But like in the dream, I was shocked when I got to the door. So I was like, who is this at the door and why are they at the door? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no situation where I was like expecting somebody at the door. And I feel like that's the thing too. If you ain't expecting nobody to come to your house, why you opening the door? You know what I'm saying? I know me, I got a camera at the door. So if somebody at the door, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking to you through the camera. If I don't know who you are, it ain't gonna be no situation where you just welcome to come in here. Cause I don't know you. I ain't invite you over here, and in reality, I'm over here minding my business and staying to myself. And that's, you know what I'm saying, and I'm doing that for a reason because I feel like that's what's best for me. I don't have time for, you know what I'm saying, no trouble, no nonsense, none of that. Stay to myself. And I just feel like that's the kind of vibe, like that's the wisdom that God has given to somebody to stay to yourself because you don't know what intention somebody may have because everybody don't mean good. And it's not to say that you should shut every single person out, but good people will come when it's time for them to come. Okay? And that's the message. Yeah, that's the message. God said, don't open the door for just anybody. I ain't finna open the door for just anybody. You know what I'm saying? At all. And you know what I'm saying? This dream, it was during the day. So I feel like during the day, it's more of, I don't want to say it's more of a lax vibe because it's not, because people can try to do evil during the day too. But in reality, nighttime is so dark. Like, I just feel like that's why it's so much evil that be going on at night. It's so much nonsense that go on at night. And it's why sometimes it's just best to be up and pray, yo. Because sometimes people just can't help but to sit around and try to figure out some kind of evil they can do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I know me. I don't play. I don't play about none of that. After all the experiences I done had, I'm gonna have me some peace. And I just refuse to believe that this world right here, I can't exist and live in my house by myself in peace without anybody. Like, come on now. How is it possible that all these other single women can do their thing and mind their business and don't nobody mess with them? But for some reason, it's always something like, come on now. And I'm in the house minding my business. I ain't interested. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I'm trying to step on nobody's toes. I haven't even used the like facilities over here because I want peace. I really do. I want peace. Like I want peace to that extent. I really do. I don't have time for drama. I don't have time for nonsense. And yeah, but I feel like that's the message. God said that's the best way to be. Okay, suffer me a little, and I will shoot thee that I have yet to speak on God's behalf. I will fetch my knowledge from afar and will ascribe righteousness to my Maker. God said, like, He don't want you to be suffering. And because He don't want you to be suffering, He gonna give you advice. And He gonna make sure that you know what I'm saying? Even though in some situations it could be like, man, I don't want to do that. Because you never know. Because for some of y'all, it could be a situation where somebody you actually know, it could be somebody you know that you thought intended good for you, that you thought cared about you, that you thought loved you, that's trying to do you some kind of harm. Now God then moved you away from this person. And here you go, you know what I'm saying? Not realizing why God moved you away from this person, inviting them right back into your life. God said, lead them where they at now. He gonna have the right people in your life, and it's okay. But there's some people that they just try to come in to meddle and cause problems. And I don't know what kind of meddling this is because, like I said, the street it was like literally a elderly lady, and I was like, what in the world? What is going on? I was confused as to why she was at the door because you know what I'm saying. It's like in reality, as far as if something hectic is going on over there, ain't too much I can do. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? If it's a situation where it's somebody that, like, in this dream, it was a hotel, it was like somebody else at the hotel coming to, like, that's just weird. What am I supposed to do? And I feel like the most I could do is call the police, and I can do that from inside. So opening the door is, you know what I'm saying? And even if it's a situation where this person feel like they in immediate danger, I'm not finna open my door and put myself in immediate danger. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not smart. Like, I just feel like it's like, what am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? It would make more sense to go to a man. Why would you go to a single woman? Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a situation where, if it's like domestic violence situation, they need to, like, me as a single woman, I can't put myself in that. I just got, why would I do that? Mm-mm. I'm trying to maintain my peace. Baby, if you know what I'm saying, if I my fault, like, if my fault is my fault, ain't even on. So you know what I'm saying. But like, I guess I can try to get the cops over here, but that's the most we can do. But you know what I'm saying. So it ain't no situation where it's like necessary for me to open the door. In reality. And I don't like letting people use my phone either, because I don't know, you don't know who they calling and what they real intentions are, because people will be acting like they trying to use your phone, and in reality they got a phone, they just trying to give other people your number, or you know what I'm saying. You don't know what people, man, people be on some other stuff these days, yo. And when I say I don't have time for it, I don't. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, yo. And that's just, I just feel like that's God's point. Like, be careful. And you know what I'm saying? I just feel like be content in knowing that God is God. And sometimes He removes you from certain people because they weren't no good for you, or they didn't mean you no good. Regardless to what they know, it may not be as bad if you knew, but from God's perspective, it is awful. So from His perspective, it's something very bad, and He don't want you around this person. It don't matter what it is, and He has separated you from someone for a reason. And I just feel like that's the message. That's the message. God said, whoever this is for, He don't want you to open that door. And He don't want you to open that door because He the one that closed it. He closed it. I'm sorry, I paused. I started watching myself color my eyebrows. I'm watching myself color my eyebrows, yo. But anyways, yeah, and regardless of who this is somebody, for some of y'all, this is somebody you don't know. And you know, I feel like that's easier to not open the door for somebody you don't know, because in reality you don't know them. But like, for somebody, it could be someone that you do. And some things that I have to say here, it is very odd and strange. Like, when you don't tell somebody where you stay and they pop up at your house, or if you don't tell somebody that you at a certain hotel, or you in a certain city, or you doing this, that, and the third, and they pop up at your room, that's weird. That's strange. And you know what I'm saying? While in a dream, I didn't know the person that was at the door. But I feel like that was the shock factor in a dream. But for some of y'all, it could be a shock factor of, how did they know where I was at? But why would you open the door? Because that's weird, yo. If it's a situation where I know I didn't tell you where I stayed at, and I didn't tell you for a reason, and somehow, some way, you go behind my back to figure out where I stay at, and then you pop up at my door, I'm not opening the door for you. I'm calling the police, and I'm trying to figure out why you stalking me, yo. Because that's weird. That's weird. No, I'm not opening the door. You finna stand out there. I'm treating you as somebody trying to break and enter. How you find out where I was at? Who told you where I was at? And who told them where I was at? We gonna get back. We gotta get down to it. We gotta get down to it now. Baby, cause somebody go get sued. Cause I know I ain't tell nobody where I stayed at. So who gave my address up? It should be no reason that I should feel nervous over here at all in any shape, form, or fashion. Don't nobody know where I stay. Now, I ain't gonna act like I know everything about trailer parks, but from my perspective, from what I see, it look like it ain't nothing but like families and what I'm saying, people that's just chilling, vacationing, and things like that. But I know it's so many in Houston. It's so many on the outskirts of Houston, and when it come down to it, should nobody know where I'm at. And if somebody pop up on me, I am assuming you are trying to cause me some kind of harm in some shape, form, or fashion. Because how did you find out where I stayed at? That's weird. Now that's for somebody. Now, I feel like that ain't for me because, like I said, it's literally impossible. Don't nobody know where I'm at. And in reality, like, why would it? Like, that's just weird. I feel like even when back in the back, okay, when I was back with my ex, it wasn't no situation where I had people constantly pulling up visiting me. I cooked at my house. It ain't nobody cook. So it ain't no situation where you trying to figure out my address because you want to come hang out and you want to come chill and you want to come this and you want to come that. Because I done had several houses, apartments, and all townhouses. And baby, when I say my company was scarce, okay, so I'm not trying to hear that you just got to know because you want to come over there and I'm being mean to you because the lies, okay? The lies. When I moved to Dallas when I was 19, not one person in my family visited me. Not once. Okay? So I'm not trying to hear that you just want to see me so bad and you just be like, you ain't called me or nothing. Like, why are you here, though? You know what I'm saying? We could have met up. We could have went out to eat. We could have went to go. Like, we could have did a lot of things with you respecting my decision of saying, I don't want you to know where I stay. But instead of doing that, you decided to disrespect me and go around me and stalk me to figure out where I stay. And you supposed to pop up at my house and I'm supposed to open the door. And now I'm going to do what you asked me. No, I'm calling the police on you, stalker, weirdo. Why are you here? What are you doing here? Who gave you this address? God said for someone want to use this as a scare tactic, like, yeah, 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 I know what I don't look, you being weird, you doing that on your own. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I ain't tell you where I stay. As far as I'm concerned, hey, it's impossible that you know where I stay unless you stalked me. Ain't no reason you should be popping up over here. And ain't even no space for you to come up in here. What are you talking about? Like, excuse me. Y'all don't laugh at me with this bag. I ain't have no gloves. My hands ended up getting red anyways, but not as much as they would have if I would have like literally just used my hands because ooh, the red dye is so hard to get rid of. It take about a week for it to finally fully fade away. Okay, baby, it don't matter. You can use 5 different bars of soap while you take your shower. That red dye is gonna be it's tough. It's tough. But anyways, that's the message. You go ahead and say this somebody they don't need to know where you stay. Like, even I feel like in reality, it's not like they intend to come and hang out with you. It's not like they intend to come. This is not someone that they want to come and know where you stay because they intend to help you in some shape, form, or fashion or anything. This is somebody that is trying to be like I almost feel like they want to control you. Like, they want to control what you do and how you do it. They want to control the narrative of your life. They want to control who you date, who you sleep with, who you this, who you that. It's also like some weird stuff to matter. Okay, it's what it sounds like. Try to stalk somebody. Baby, go ahead and see if somebody pop up outside your hotel room, outside your house, outside whatever it is you got going on, and you ain't give them the address, call the police. Cause that's not normal. That's not normal. That's not normal. Now in La La Land, I'm thinking about a Divergent with, you know what I'm saying, with Ford will pull Tris out and say, that's not how Divergents do things, okay? That's not normal. That's weird, okay? Because all she was doing is saying, this isn't real. And she came out of it. That's not normal. You shouldn't have my address now. You shouldn't be pulling up on me now. That's not normal. That's not normal. That is not normal, okay? And that is against the law. Hmm. That is stalking. That is harassment. And you know what I'm saying? It don't matter who you are. Because we live in a world today where adults are deciding not to speak to their parents anymore because they're growing up and realizing that their parents traumatized them on purpose. So it don't matter who you are to someone. It is not normal for you to stalk and harass them in an attempt to gain control. Because after a certain age, you know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to your parents, you are an adult now. I was trying to let the message just carry on. It's more things I could get into. This, like, you know what I'm saying? If this is somebody, like, I just feel like if this somebody this is somebody that you didn't tell them where you stay at, they shouldn't have your address. And when it comes down to it, regardless if you like on like how I am with everything on lockdown, don't nobody know it, or if it's a few people, like God said, if it's somebody and you ain't tell them where you stay at, they should not know where you live. And they should not feel comfortable coming to your house. Even if it's somebody that you work with or work for someone, a coworker, or somebody that, you know what I'm saying, because your job have your address. They shouldn't be popping up at your house while you off. That's your off time. What are they doing there? God said this is somebody that they getting your address in some kind of slick way and they doing it in an attempt to cause you harm. They not supposed to be at your house. Call the police. That's the message. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Once again, I was trying to get to the end. Well, I guess I'm going to edit it so that the end will be right here. But I was trying to, you know what I'm saying. But it's really long. It's long. Okay, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Deuces.